Hi, and welcome to Anne's Family Recipe. Today is a What's for Dinner video. So on the menu tonight, we're having homemade chicken nuggets with the Dijon apricot dipping sauce and root vegetable french fries. The nice thing about tonight's dinner is that everything cooks for about 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees. So I have my oven preheated behind me, and the first thing I'm going to start doing is prepping my boneless, skinless chicken breasts and making them into homemade little chicken bites. That's what I like to tell my kids they're called. They're not going to taste exactly like McDonald's chicken nuggets, but they're little bite-sized pieces of chicken, and I have my own special twist on my homemade breading. I have two gigantic boneless, skinless chicken breasts in front of me, and I'm just going to trim off some of the excess fat and then cube them up into little, like, 1-inch bites. My chicken is all diced up, and now I'm going to make my breading station. So in this first bowl here, I'm putting 2 eggs whisked together with about a tablespoon of water. And then next in this bowl, I'm going to measure out 1 cup of Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. You can also just use plain breadcrumbs, or what would be really good, I just don't have it on hand, is Panko breadcrumbs because they're nice and crunchy, but this will still taste good. And then I showed this in my Aldi grocery haul earlier this week, but this is unsweetened shredded coconut, and it's really, really finely ground, which is going to be perfect because it's just going to blend right into our breadcrumb mixture. It won't be like large bits of chewy coconut like you would normally get in the grocery store, the sweetened coconut that oftentimes you'd bake with. This is nice and fine. So 1 cup of the breadcrumbs and 1/2 cup of the coconut. And then I'll season that up with just a pinch of salt and pepper. Now I'm all set up to bread my little chicken bites. So I have my baking sheet over here that I lined with foil and then sprayed with baking spray, my whisked eggs with the water, and then my breadcrumb mixture. So I'm just going to take 1 bite at a time, dunk it in the egg, roll it around to coat in the breadcrumbs, and then place it on my tray. My nuggets are ready to go. So on a separate baking tray that I also lined with foil and sprayed lightly, I'm going to add these root vegetable fries, which I found at Aldi. It's a brand new product. They look very healthy and very intriguing because it's a combination of parsnips, carrots, and red beets. So I'm hoping that my kids are really going to like these because of course they're in French fry form, which they love those. So let's see how it goes. Now I did line this with foil, as I said, because on the back it says that they'll get extra crispy if you use aluminum foil on top of your baking tray. So these just bake for about 20 to 25 minutes, just like my chicken nuggets. So I'm going to put everything into the oven. That's at 400 degrees. My final step to pull this meal together was making the sauce. So it's a combination of 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard and 2 tablespoons of apricot jam. It's as simple as that. You stir it together until it's smooth, and it has an amazing sweet and tangy flavor that pairs perfectly with these coconut crusted chicken nuggets. All right, so it's after dinner and I just wanted to report back about each component of my dinner tonight. So first of all, we had the steamed broccoli. It was delicious, pretty standard, but tonight was Andrew's first night. He's my 1-year-old son. It was his first night trying broccoli and he loved it. After every bite, he was, that's him in the background now. After every bite, he was screaming for more. So that was an awesome find. So these are just some leftovers I threw on a plate to show you, but the root vegetable fries were awesome. I loved them. My only complaint is that I don't think there were enough in the bag, but I think the parsnips were my favorite. If you've never tried a parsnip, it kind of tastes like a tangy carrot, but in this form, it honestly tasted the most like a traditional French fry. It had that the most similar texture, I would say. They were so good. And then the carrots were just nice and sweet, and the beets were amazing. They have a very earthy flavor, and there's a little bit of sweetness to them too. So the mix together was really, really good. And then the nuggets were awesome. My husband especially loved that dipping sauce that I made, the Dijon mustard and the apricot jam mixed together. That's the reason why I specifically put coconut in these nuggets, because I knew it would pair really well, that subtle sweetness with the dipping sauce. So an alternative, if you're not really coconut lovers in your family, is instead of a half a cup of the shredded coconut, you could use a half a cup of Parmesan cheese. And that makes them a little more savory. You could dip them into traditional ketchup like you would normal nuggets, or into some marinara sauce. So there's definitely a lot of versatility and variety with this dinner, but overall it was super delicious. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like today's recipes. Thank you so much for joining me here in my kitchen, and I'll see you again soon with more family recipes.